Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you how to make good graphics in your Roblox game, part 2. Now if you haven't watched part 1 of how to make good graphics on Roblox on your game, the link will be down in the description below. So now in part 2, Roblox has added some stuff that will make your game look more realistic, which is pretty cool. So do you see this grass right here? Normal plain grass. Looks kind of cool. We can change the color of it. So if you go to workspace. Actually, before we do that, make sure you close out a toolbox and you close out terrain editor. It will just make more space. So then click on terrain. Click on the arrow next to material colors. You want to go to grass. And if you're making like a sad game, like a freaking depressed game, or something that makes the user sad, or you want to make it dull or gloomy, then you want to change the color down a bit. About here is fine. This looks pretty good for a sad game. Now, like a cartoon game, happy kind of, you want to have like bright colors. So what's the frickin' good color for this? About this. Looks cartoony for a game that's like happy and stuff. But if you're making a realistic game, kind of want to go with a darker color. About here. If you want it more realistic, go all the way to the top of terrain and click on decoration. It will add grass to your grass. So now you have these things. It goes with waves in the wind. It makes your game already look pretty realistic. Also, from part 1, I told you to go to lighting. Change the technology to shadow map. Shadow softest 1. And add in the sun rays, blur and other stuff. Sun rays. Also, again with the sad game, if you want like a sad realistic game, oh shoot, my sensitivity is going off. If you want a sad game, you can make it darker or lighter. I don't know. You can choose. But then you can also add fog, which if you're making a realistic game, then you should add. So if we change this to 750, it looks like that. Now you can change it to 7,500. But if you're making a realistic game, you should add fog. Now, if you're making a scary game, then a lot of fog would be pretty cool, like that or something, or do 75. You can also do fog start like 30, but it's not that good because like there's no fog where I am right now beyond the 35 radius. So let's get rid of the fog start because now there's fog everywhere. And let's change this to 750. And we can actually, if you're outside in real life and you're like looking beyond, like into the sky, or you see a mountain in the distance, you can see a grayish and bluish color. So we can do that. Here. Here is good. And yeah, we'll make it like that. If we're far away, we can kind of see it. Yeah, like over there. Over there. Yeah. And actually, what's cool about this grass is like it doesn't like cause any lag to your game, which is cool. And yeah, also the blur thing has blur. You should change the blur to about 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. And yeah, again, if you want like a gloomy game that's sad and freaking depressing, then you probably want to turn this on 7:30. You want to put the clock time of day to 7:30. Now it looks like not much, but it'll look pretty cool soon. So if we change this to 0.25, it already looks cool. But if you turn it down even more, it'll start to get orange, and that's kind of what we want. So 7 or 6 is good if you want 7, because now there's like an orange thing to it. It's like you're walking in a field and the sun is rising. Also, now you want to open toolbox, and you can actually look for realistic sky over here, and you can put down a realistic sky. I'm gonna go with this one. Now it looks a little bit more realistic. There are more realistic ones out there if you find any. But it looks really cool. And yeah. Also, if you change the grass color, it'll change the decoration of the grass. Now, also, if you add trees to the game, that would make it realistic too. Also, another thing, you want to add water to it, to the game, because a lot of the games have water, and if you're making like an exploring game, adventuring game, then you really want to add water. So what is sea level? The heck is sea level? Sorry, off track. Anyways, yeah, you want to add water to it. So let's paint it with the water like that. But hold up. Why does it look like that? Yeah, you want to go terrain. And I did this in the part 1 too, I think. Water reflectance, is that good? You want to change water transparency to 1. And if it's really windy, you can set it higher. But the speed, I'm gonna change it to like 6.5, 6.3. That's really cool. And also, you might want to change. You can change the water as well. Now, if you want to make it really realistic, you can make it brown, because in real life, when the water is going down a stream or something, it carries dirt and rock particles with them. So you can make this look a little bit browner. Like that. Like that. But you can also make it clear if you want to. But realistically, it's a little bit browner. And yeah. Also, you can, on the editor, the terrain editor, you can add rock to it. And which would really make it cool if you can like, here. When you add, oh shoot, that's grass. When you're adding rock, you can like make an arc or something. Expand it like this a little bit. You can actually make water running through the arc too. I'll make them almost touching, like that. Don't call it something else. Look, I know I tried my best. Damn you, dirty people. And like this. Also, like, make little mounds like that. Pretty cool. You also make rock areas over the place. Like, just paint them. You can also, like, erode it. Shoot. Erode it like about that much, and you can paint it with rock. Looks like it eroded. Like something moved out of the way. Now this actually gives me an idea of something. So on my Battleground game, which I'm currently working on, but probably won't be released until 2020, or maybe, luckily, even Christmas or New Year's, somewhere. I don't know. But if you're making a war-based game, and there are explosions in it, you can actually use a terrain editor, erode some of the part around it, but you want to make sure that it doesn't go through. Like that, and then go to the paint and actually put basalt in the area like that. And actually, if it currently happened, if you want it to be like current, recently happened, we will go to the model over here and go to effects. Then we'll click on this smoke effect. Shoot. Sometimes I'm an idiot. First, you want to add a parted. And then you want to add smoke to it. And you want to put it over here. Transparency 1. Anchored, and no can collide. So people cannot collide with the part that's emitting the smoke. Let's make this going up a little bit. And kind of in the middle. Like that. Then go to the smoke. Change the color to a darker color. This looks about right. And actually, we should move this up a bit. And then we want to make the res velocity higher, maybe to 5. And that actually goes up a lot. And you can change the size to 0.5 or 0.4. It looks a lot better. You can actually change the opacity too, which I think which emits more smoke. If you have 0, no smoke at all. But we're gonna put this at like, yeah, if it recently happened, like 0.3, 0.2. Let's make this darker actually. Maybe more opacity. 0.4, 0.6. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. It's like an explosion happened, and it was kind of recent. Also, I don't think I addressed this in the first part, or maybe I did. But if you want this game to be more realistic, go to File, and go to Settings. Go to Rendering. Now, if this pops up, then just click OK. And you want to change quality level to level 21. You want to change the edit quality level to level 21 too. You can close out of that. Now, you can change some of the sky stuff if you want to make it more realistic. Now, let's go to lighting, and let's change this to 3 o'clock. You see this movement? You can actually change it. Go to the sky over here. And if you look somewhere, it says sun texture ID. And you can put the sun in with the Roblox decal ID. As well, you can do the moon texture ID. You can also change the size of them. So if you want to be a little bit more realistic with this, actually before we do that, let's change the star count to the max it can go, which is 5,000. Because there are a lot of stars in the sky, and you know what, this is weird. Yeah, that's very weird, the stars. Anyways, let's change time of day to about 12 o'clock. Or actually, let's go back to 6:30. Or 7, let's go to 7. You can change the size of the sun. So let's go back to the sky. To sun, we can actually make it bigger. Oh god. Which is not that realistic. Maybe like, 21, 24, 32. Yeah, make it smaller. 17 looks good. About right. Because the sun is very far away. No, when I look at this, it looks like the sun is like right next to Earth. And yeah, we can set it back further if you want, to 14. Cool also, you can do that. And there are a lot more stuff to make your game realistic too. If you guys have anything else that makes this game realistic, you can tell me down in the comments below. And yeah. Just want to note that when you're putting parts down, it can look realistic, but if you're like putting something down that can be used by the editor, such as when you're making pavement, you can use cobblestone. Like boop. And then you add a house right there. Or like if it has a mud path, you can add mud into that house. And it looks really realistic like this. You can actually make it darker or lighter to make it mushy or something. And also, when you're making mountains, that like you can see the inside of it. Like I'm talking about this. Let me use leafy grass. Like this. And you're like, boom, done. Mountain. Yeah. You really don't want to do that. Because if you're making a realistic game, because that's not really how it works. You have to, because on the inside there are rocks in it. Well, let me change the size of this. Yeah, like this. There are stuff, and a lot of the stuff, a lot can be used by sandstone. You can change the color of the sandstone to a different color. Like, let's go to terrain. And let's go to sandstone. We can change this to a rocky color, which looks like that right there, and it looks really cool. Put it like that. That's really cool. And yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with it. And oh wait, I didn't see that. Yeah, pavement right here. Boom, pavement. Make this in like 1980s or 1990s. Boom, look. Pavement. Looks real. It looks realistic and it's really cool. Maybe in like a future update, they'll make it like some of the rocks go up and some of the rocks go down to make it even more realistic. But still, looks pretty realistic. Just by looking at this map, it looks realistic. I mean, some of the stuff I did, this. But if you're actually making a game of like inventory and this is all you got, nah, it's not gonna work like that. You have to, add houses and stuff. I might make Roblox tutorials on how to make a house because I'm good at building a little bit. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you liked this video. And if you do, make sure to subscribe, like, and maybe even turn on those notifications if you're in the mood. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Peace out.